Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you again. Here we are, quarantine, week 3, day 3. Super exciting. We continue to push on. We were greeted with a sunny snow shower this morning. Quite unusual. I want to speak quickly about expectations for today. I've already posted in our Google Classroom today's video and my requested comment. I've also put out another post asking for any students who have access to Zoom to check in. I'd like to have a classroom level Zoom meeting. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I did want to speak to the comments made yesterday. I was very curious about the response of most of you who were trying to decide who were the bad guys, the Romans or the Germans, when it came to Varus's 3 legions being destroyed by Arminius in the forest. And it was quite a surprise to me that only one student said it was the Romans who were the bad guys. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Romans, so you know I'm going to try like crazy to defend the Romans when it's possible. But in this case here, I gotta tell you, I think it's pretty clear that the Romans were the bad guys. I want to keep this in mind. The Romans were marching on Germania. They were trying to take it over and turn it into a new province of Rome, which means they were going to have to kill some folks. They were going to kill soldiers when possible. They were certainly going to put a lot of them into slavery, just as we saw the folks getting put into slavery in our Colosseum video when the Romans conquered what was then Dacia, soon became Romania. So it's one of those things where who were the bad guys? Is it the people who ambushed and killed the other people? It depends, you know. The Germans weren't attacking those Roman soldiers just to be mean. They were attacking those Roman soldiers because it was the only way that they had to defeat them. They weren't going to do very well in a straight-up pitched battle with 3 Roman legions. So they did what they could, and they ambushed them. And it was successful. The Romans ended up abandoning their attempts to conquer Germania, and they actually never conquered Germania. They ended up drawing the border to the empire right there along the Danube River, which was a river that runs relatively east-west in Germany. So it worked. It's important to remember the context. I'm sorry for all of those. That's all of you responding to the Google Classroom stuff, which I love. I should set my email to not pick up on this. It drives Miss Gilbert crazy, by the way, because I did share our Google Classroom with her, so all of those little dings and dungs and all that come through on her email too. So remember, she's seeing those and she loves you almost as much as I do. So, moving on, let's talk about something that happened in local politics. Yesterday, Governor Mills had issued a stay-at-home order, which means that people are expected to stay at home. Now, luckily, I know all of you have been staying at home this entire time. Right? Either way. Now we're all supposed to stay at home, unless we're essential. As a teacher, I am technically essential, which means I do my work at home, of course, right now, but there are times where I have to go into school as well. For example, on Friday, I'm going into school. I have to take care of some yearbook stuff. So we will be continuing to stay at home for quite a long time. Governor Mills also issued the expectation that we're going to be staying home until at least May 1st. I would love to think that we're going to be all set and everything's going to be contained and we're going to be able to come back to school after May 1st because I truly, truly do miss you. Having the opportunity to see your comments and interact with you on the Google Classroom has been amazing. It's wonderful. It almost feels like the regular classroom. I had to tell a student not to tell other students to shut up today, which is great. It feels just like a regular classroom. It's amazing. To that end, please remember your comments on the Google Classroom. Treat it as though it's a regular classroom, okay? So if you're not going to do, if you wouldn't be allowed to say something in that classroom, don't say it in there. I don't want to have to spend all my time deleting comments, but I do want to give you the freedom to interact with each other because I think it's vitally important that you continue to maintain that. So please go back, take a peek at the new comment I made regarding Zoom chats. If you've got access to Zoom, please chip in there. I'm going to put that out there for everybody. We can have a Zoom chat as a class. That'll be awesome. I could maybe even do a lesson out of there, but not a lesson that's going to be terribly boring. I get it. You're going to find a way to have your Zoom crash. But I think it would be a really nice way for us to continue to maintain those connections. So I'm going to connect the video regarding the legions in this in the description below. So take a peek at that if you're not a person with access to the Google Classroom, because I know there's a few students in other areas that have contacted me saying that they're watching some of these videos just for the fun of it. Enjoy. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get to see a whole bunch of you on Zoom. So enjoy everything. Stay inside. Do what Governor Mills has suggested. I'll see you all tomorrow.